But thanks for hopping on tonight. My name is Rebecca, and Lauren is also one of the hosts, and Jessica, of our 7-Day Slim Challenge. So you've seen us posting in the group. So I want to take just a few minutes tonight, go over what's usually on everyone's mind when it comes to Plexus, and how do you get your products, and how much do they cost, and how do I fit this into my lifestyle. So we will kind of talk about that and share different options. We have about 3 or 4 ideas to make this very, very doable for your life and to fit in no matter what your budget is or what you're looking for. So just a little bit about me. I have been with Plexus now, it will be 2 years in May. I am actually 1 day overdue with my second baby. I started Plexus when my first daughter was 7 months old. I was that exhausted mom that needed, I needed a health change, I needed energy, I needed, the typical addicted to sugar, didn't get a lot of sleep. But more so than that, every night when I lay down to go to sleep, I cried because I was worried about finances. I was worried about, leaving my baby to go back to from maternity leave. I had been a kindergarten teacher for 6 years, and that's what kept me up at night, was worrying about finances. I ended up not going back to teaching, and we went down to one income. My husband was a student at Full Sail University in Orlando, and we knew that I needed to be home with her, but that meant a lot of sacrifices. So when Plexus entered, when the idea of starting Plexus started, I was not working, my husband was a student, so money was tight. It was an issue, it was something I thought about, it was something that kind of held me back in the beginning because I didn't know how we could make this work. So we got our tax return because, like I said, I started in May 2015, and I used my tax return money, and I said, I have to have a change, like I was desperate. So I ended up signing up as what we call an ambassador, or some people call it a wholesale customer, kind of like a Sam's or Costco membership. You pay $34.95, and that gives you your membership and your own website. And then you get all the products at wholesale cost, so the cheapest possible, because, again, money was on my mind. And I liked the idea of network marketing at that time, but I didn't think it was possible. I didn't know very many people who had been successful, and I was shy. I didn't share a lot on Facebook. I didn't see myself ever being a salesperson. I was a kindergarten teacher from a very small town in Florida, hence my accent, and I just didn't think it was for me, but I knew I needed the products, and I knew I needed the best price possible. So I signed up as an ambassador, and like I said, I used my tax return money, and I said, okay, this is going to fund my next, 2 months of products. Well, then my husband got interested in the products, and I was experiencing amazing health benefits, but he had actually been medically retired from the military. He hurt his hip and his back jumping out of airplanes repeatedly. So he was in a lot of pain, and I knew the products could help him because the Triplex helps with inflammation and just getting your gut healthy. And we have another product, it's called the Plexus Nerve, that really helps heal nerve damage, which was what he was experiencing. So when he wanted to start the products, then I really was like, okay, something has to change because I'm not working and we have to afford these products for my family. So my sponsor at the time, her name is Lynn Allen. She's now a diamond in this company. She's at the very, very top. She encouraged me. She said, Rebecca, you love these products. They are helping your husband's chronic pain. Why don't you share about it? I was like, oh, I don't know about that. Again, I'm very shy, but I knew that I needed to make enough to cover the cost for my products and my husband's products without having to put it on a credit card every month. So she said, all it takes, I'll help you share on Facebook. That's the main way she had grown her business. So I said, okay, I can do that. I can step out of my comfort zone. So I started sharing on Facebook, and what she told me was, if you can find 3 people, so think even my husband could sign up, 3 people to join you as an ambassador, as a wholesale customer, just like I had joined, you will make enough to get your products covered. And I was like, okay, I can do 3 people. So I started sharing on Facebook. I just, took a selfie of myself, shared what the products were doing for me, just like I share, when I see a good movie or I eat at a good restaurant. I just started sharing on Facebook and share with my sister-in-law, co-workers, anyone that would listen. And when I say share, just like they were noticing changes anyhow. Why do you have energy? Man, you look a lot better. Or, Ryan really seems happier now. That's my husband. So he just gave me a thumbs up. So I just started sharing. And so the first 3 people to join me, my husband joined, because your spouse can join under you, my sister-in-law, and an old friend from college. And that's your first promotion with Plexus. That's what we call silver. And you get a $100 bonus just for 3 people. I was like, okay. But in addition to that, Plexus pays you weekly when you add new ambassadors to your team. So again, ambassador just is the term that we use for anyone that signs up as a wholesale customer ambassador. It means the same thing. And they pay you a weekly building bonus. So for example, if a new ambassador signs up and they purchase the Triplex Welcome Pack, I'm getting paid $25 per ambassador the next week. So with those 3 people, I got paid $75 that next week. So there was $175 just for getting my 3 people that I didn't really have to share on Facebook that much. I just talked to in person that loved me and trusted me and wanted to do this with me because they saw I loved it. So that's how I got started sharing. And I was like, well, now I don't want to stop. These products are awesome. I'm making money. I found out this compensation plan pays 11 different ways. 9 of those by adding new ambassadors, 2 of those on customers. I was like, I did not want to go back to teaching. Again, I was at home. We had sold my husband's car. It was one income. Money was tight. So I said, why not? Why not give this a try? I want to keep taking these products. Maybe this is, the answer to my prayers that I've been praying and Google searching every work from home opportunity. So I kind of jumped all in and started sharing on Facebook. I did have to go back to teaching because at that time we just had built our life on 2 incomes and I couldn't make it work. So I just worked my Plexus alongside my teaching. And it was about in April of this year, my husband got a new job. He had graduated from school and we had to move. We moved back to Jacksonville. And by that time, I had actually been able to surpass my teaching income with my Plexus income from sharing these products mainly via Facebook and with my family and with my friends. And so now I am a stay-at-home mom. Work Plexus from my phone, anywhere I have Wi-Fi. And like I mentioned at the beginning, I am 40 weeks pregnant now with my second, and I'm not crying myself to sleep every night, worried about going back to work from maternity leave and being, really strapped for cash. So this has been a huge blessing. I signed up just for the best prices. I started sharing just because I needed to get my products covered, and then I realized the sky is the limit with this. So now I am 1 rank away from what they call a jewel, an emerald, and Plexus gives you a stipend for a Lexus. They send you on a trip for 2 first class to Hawaii. That's when you can start making the 6 figures. So, it has gone from little shy me to just exploding, from sharing products that work. And I know a lot of you have experienced benefits already in just the 4 short days that you've been taking the Slim. So, I think it's still going. So that's just a little bit about me and my passion, and that's how I was able to continue Plexus in my life, because cost was an issue for me when I first started. I couldn't afford $100 a month unless I either got another job or I started sharing the business. And so, even now I have people that come on board and they say, but I don't want to be a jewel. I don't want to work Plexus full time. And I say that's perfectly fine, but they do want their products for free. And when I say for free, Plexus pays you in cash. They don't give out free products. But they pay you in money that you can then purchase what products you want. So it has been an incredible blessing. So I just wanted to share that with you all. If you're worried about the cost, or it's something that you're like, okay, I can afford it this month, but I'm not sure if it's something I can fit in long term, I would encourage you to think about who's 3 people. Who do you know? Who do you know that would do this with you, that could benefit from these products, that could benefit from the business, and share with them. A lot of people will jump on with you when they see your passion and your excitement and your results. So that's one way that we did want to share. You can be an ambassador and not share. That's fine too. But like I said, it's 3 people, and that's your first promotion, $175 minimum. So it's a good start to getting your first month's products covered. So that's just a little bit about me and how you would go silver in one way. And I'm going to now turn it over to Lauren, who's another host of our 7-day challenge. Her story is a little bit different than mine. She started out a lot faster than I did. But she's going to share her story and kind of why she chose to be an ambassador. And then we do have 2 other options to talk about as far as getting started with your products, the customer and ambassador. So she's going to go over those as well. So Lauren, I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you. I thought before I get started in my spiel, I could unmute everyone, and we have a lot of phone numbers that called in, and we just want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity, if you want to say your name, to be entered into the winning for tonight, the drawing for the prize. So I'm going to click unmute all, and if you are calling in and want to tell us your name really quick, and then I can mute everyone back, but that'll help.
Are you done outside? Or are you done outside? Then the boys need to come in.
No go.
They asked me if they could go outside.
Okay. I think I muted everyone back. Anyway, if you guys heard that and you want to type in your name, if you downloaded the Zoom app, you can do that in the chat section. If not, we'll just pick from the people whose names we can see. Yes, Candace, Mom Life. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. Like Rebecca said, my name is Lauren Gillian. I'm a Ruby ambassador, and I would say that Rebecca and I have similar stories, but they are also a little bit different. So my backstory, I joined Rebecca a little over a year ago, and I had seen her posting, and I was just always intrigued by what she was sharing, but I was never really in the place to kind of like jump in with it. And I was pregnant, and I had just, my son was about 6 months old, and I had another son that was 2 years old. And I was at my wit's end. I knew like I needed to make a change. And I decided to jump in with Rebecca. I needed to lose some weight. I was really moody and cranky and just short and snappy. I had a perfect life. I had 2 healthy babies. I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband provided for us. He just built us a new home. And, I had all these things in my life that I should have been really happy, and I just wasn't. I know that I had a lot of stress with a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old and nursing around the clock and all that. But I knew that it was something more. I was exhausted all the time. If I didn't sleep every single day when they were sleeping, I was just like useless. I would text my husband in the afternoon around 2 o'clock and ask him when he was coming home. And he reassured me that he did have a job and he had to stay and work. But I just wasn't in a good spot. So it was the perfect time when Rebecca and I talked, and I jumped in, full force with Plexus. I knew that it was going to be the answer to, my health problems and being able to lose weight and just be the mom and the wife that I always envisioned myself being, but I was failing miserably. So I started on Plexus, and just briefly on my health journey. In the first couple of weeks, I started noticing the energy and not needing to nap every day, which was huge because I was able to actually get stuff around the house done, laundry and dishes, you can imagine. And that was just really, really, really eye-opening. My husband was like, well, what is going on today? There's not stuff everywhere when he came home. And I said, well, I didn't need a nap today. And so that was the first thing that I started noticing. And I also stopped craving, like I was addicted to sweet tea in a really bad way. I would drive usually every day to Chick-fil-A and get a large sweet tea with their little pellet ice. It was just fantastic. And I would, some days I would go twice in a day. You know, I would go and then run errands and then go back through Chick-fil-A and get a large sweet tea. I mean, probably I consumed like a gallon of sweet tea. And I just wasn't needing that every day. You know, I was like, wow, it doesn't even taste the same when I would try and drink it. And so that was like really huge. But I ended up losing close to 30 pounds and tons of inches. And, you know, but more so than the weight, I always say, like, had I not lost a single pound, the way that I feel and my mood and just everything would have been just way worth it. So that's a little bit of my health story. And when I joined, Rebecca, I was a stay-at-home mom. Like I said earlier, I stayed at home with the boys since I had my first son. So I'd been home about 2 years. My husband worked, and we were climbing higher and higher and higher in credit card debt. But I was at my breaking point, and he knew that something needed to change for me health-wise. So we just decided that we'd put it on a credit card and we would figure it out. And when Rebecca shared with me about, you know, getting my products covered, I think that's when I had my light bulb moment. And that was like in our initial conversation when we were signing up. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I never really thought about network marketing. I had several friends contact me about being on their team or just doing different things. And a lot of those things were revolved around like house parties and, you know, meeting certain quotas and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I had a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old, both active little boys. And there was no way that I could fit that into my life. I didn't want to leave them at night and, you know, all those sort of things. So it was something that I was like, no, I don't think, you know, that's something that I would be interested in, until she shared a little bit more. That we didn't have to carry inventory. We didn't have to mail out products. We didn't have to have parties and ask our friends to, you know, invite all of their friends. It was only $34.95 annually to join as an ambassador. And the main reason up front that I joined was because I could get my products at wholesale cost. And that was, you know, almost, I think, at least $30 savings every month. And like I said, it was going on a credit card. So the cheapest way I could get them was what we had to do. And so when she shared about going silver and getting the cost of my products offset, I was like, well, maybe I can do this. And then the more I looked into it and I saw these women just having uber success, I was like, oh my gosh, well, what's different between them and me? You know, if they're at home or some of them were working jobs, you know, building this career in the nooks and cranny of very busy lives, I thought, why can't I? And like Rebecca, I had searched, you know, countless times on the computer, like, how can I make money at home? How can I just make a couple $100s to relieve a little bit of stress for my husband? Like, anything would help. And, you know, all the things that you find doing that Google search are not very enticing at all. So when she shared that at the very beginning, I kind of went and guns blazing, and I just committed full force and jumped in. And I went silver in, I think, like 2 or 3 days before I had my products. So we get that a lot. People say, well, I don't have a testimony yet. Nobody's going to want to join, or, you know, I can't share about products that I have no experience with. And that, my friends, couldn't be further from the truth. I had no testimony. I hadn't even tried the products, and I had 4 or 5 people join me before I even started. And, you know, so I got the cost of my products covered very quickly, and I continued growing a business, and I went Fast Start Gold. And anyway, within 5 months, I was able to cover the cost of our mortgage of our, you know, our new house that we had just built. And that was just a moment I will never forget. And that was the first time that my husband kind of took this serious, and he was like, okay, maybe there's something to this. But like Rebecca said, it's very, very easy to get your products covered. Everybody knows 3 people that in their life that can benefit from what our products are doing. Every single person. So if that is what, if that would help offset the cost of your products, you don't have to build this huge career out of Plexus. But for others, it is a total answer to prayer, and it's been so amazing. And the money, that I saved off of, Chick-fil-A and fast food and medications and things that I wasn't needing anymore, because my body was functioning the way it was supposed to, it was all such a really big deal. So Rebecca did mention earlier that there is 3 different ways to purchase. So we just obviously covered the ambassador, the wholesale customer pretty heavily because everybody likes to get their products the cheapest way possible. So we hit on that pretty hard just so you guys are aware that, you don't have any sort of obligation to Plexus. You're not ever in a contract. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you the other options of purchasing. So let's see. Okay, can you guys all see that? Yes? Okay. So we'll start over here with the retail side, and that is you buy at full price. It's a one-time order. You get a 60-day money-back guarantee. You have no minimum order requirement, and there's no contract. And then the next one is a preferred customer. You get a discounted price around 10%. You get an auto refill shipment with no penalty to cancel. You set up your own username and password. It's super easy. You log in. You can change your order, manage it, turn it off, whatever you want. It's at the click of your fingers. You don't have to call anyone. It's super easy. There's no minimum order. There's no contract. And after your 4th consecutive month or order, you get an additional 10% off. So, and also with that one, you can cancel anytime. And then the wholesale, which we pretty much already hit on all these, but I'll just run down them really quick. That's your lowest price. So you're getting your products at wholesale. There's auto refill shipment with no penalty to cancel. Same thing, username, password, you log in, you do your own thing. You don't have to call somebody and go through this crazy process of trying to cancel. You're not stuck in anything. One-time option to purchase products below wholesale cost, which is a huge deal. Plexus allows you in your first 60 days to purchase what they call welcome packs, where you get your products even below wholesale cost. And then you have the 60-day money-back guarantee also as a wholesale customer. No minimum order, no contract. The business opportunity for $34.95. So with that $34.95 that you're paying to get your products at wholesale, you will also get a business website. You will get your own business site that people can order from. Every tool, anything imaginable at your fingertips to literally grow a business that is just absolutely mind-blowing, should you pursue it. And the ability to earn free product and income, and you can also cancel as a wholesale at any time. So that, for you visual learners, is nice to be able to see it laid out like that. So that is pretty much the options that you have to order. So I think Rebecca is going to finish us out here.
Yes, that was awesome. And we just wanted to show you those options because let's say, for example, the triplex is the most popular combo. We'll give you the different prices as a retail, preferred, or ambassador, just so you can compare. Because we say ambassador is the best option, but here's a little breakdown. So if you purchase the triplex as a retail customer, you would be doing $139 every time you purchased the triplex. If you did the preferred customer, remember it's a little bit cheaper, that's $124, $125. And then on your 4th order, you get an additional 10% off. So you can already see, like, retail, you have your own account with preferred, so do preferred, if anything. And then as an ambassador, your triplex would be $99 to start with the welcome pack. So you can see, $140 is retail customer compared to the $99. As a wholesale ambassador, you get savings right off the bat. Now, you do have the $34.95 that you have to pay, but that's just one time a year, and you can think of it like the Sam's or Costco membership. It's even cheaper than that. And then you can purchase any of the products, at the wholesale cost. So it's about, I think, a 20% savings from the retail prices. So when you ordered your trial, if you went through a website, you would have ordered as retail because we wouldn't be setting you up on an auto shipment with a trial pack. So the prices that you may have seen when you were shopping, or if you were to go back to your friend's website, you would probably see the retail prices. The ambassador prices are not listed until you actually do join Plexus. So if you have questions about how much the products cost or what's the difference, if you ask your friend, your sponsor, the person who added you, they can share with you specifics about the products. But just know that the ambassador prices are not what you see on the website when you ordered as a retail customer. And then, so just wrapping things up, if price is an issue, we do encourage you to do ambassadors so you get the cheapest prices. If you're interested in getting your products covered, going for silver, getting 3 people under you joining our team. Or, maybe the triplex or spending $100 is just not feasible. If you go the customer route, start on one product. I've had friends that maybe they can't afford it, and so they save up for a few months and they start with one product, and the next month they're like, okay, I can do $25 more. Our probiotic is around $30. So we have 16 different products, and we have something for everyone, even if it's just starting on one. Ideally, we want everyone to start on a combo and get the best bang for their buck, but sometimes that's not feasible. So talk to your ambassador, the person who added you, and maybe that you start on one product, and you can work your way up as a customer. And then just really think about kind of how Lauren was saying, she cut out going to Chick-fil-A for sweet tea. Maybe you cut out Starbucks. Or for me, I no longer have to buy allergy medication, and my husband no longer has to buy painkillers for his back and hip pain. Like, we've been able to cut out a lot of expenses that freed up money to put back into Plexus. So think about some things that maybe, you could cut out, or that Plexus is going to help you with, so you no longer need it. And that's been a way that I've seen a lot of people be able to afford Plexus and start on some of the products. So just 3 ways, 3 ideas that we like to share. Doing ambassador, work the business and go silver. Pick one product and start as a customer. And just really think about what you could cut out as that you might not need anymore after starting Plexus. So we will announce our winner tonight as well. And if anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself or type it in the chat box as well, and we'll be happy to answer those. And Lauren, did you have our winner?
Yes. Hit it over here. Okay, so our winner is...
Oh, we didn't tell them what the prize is.
Oh, we didn't? Okay, yeah. So the prize is going to be free shipping on your first order that you place during this challenge, before the challenge ends, before we wrap up. So free shipping on any order that you place, your first order that you place during our challenge. And Tammy Hutchinson is our winner for tonight.
Congrats, Tammy. Thanks for tuning in.
Yay. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you just jumped on, we'll put the recording up on the page so you guys can check it out. All right. Have a good night.
Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.